Hey everyone, Delphi Group here with the weekly market report that we put out every Tuesday. So let's just get into it. Before we get to the forecast, we're going to jump into the Delphi room here again on Discord where we do all our amazing work and everything is posted for the community. We did not put out this week a weekly trading recap because it was the end of the month. So we're just highlighting it here in this video on what we did for the month of July, which you can see here. Again, all our trades are posted and journalized. We are in the Week in Review channel here in Discord in the Delphi room. So yeah, again, another just incredible month. The trades off of the Delphi signal got us almost 18%. And then for the rest of the trades for the month, again, we just had an incredible month here, up well over 400%, for the month. So, I mean, just an incredible profit factor. So, again, we're just doing what we do here at Delphi. Again, these numbers are off of a $10,000 starter account. If we look lower, we started getting these reports off of TradeZella. That's who we use to journalize. And again, month over month, 39% for the month of July. So just continue to do amazing things here. We had some incredible trades in the month of July. So, a lot of triple digit winners, 176% here, 287% monster trade there on SBET, which we caught early on, thankfully. So we had a bunch of trades on SBET, MicroStrategy over 100% cashed out for that winner there. So yeah, it was just an incredible month. And again, looking here, at more SBET, just explosion trades here, 146, 143%. Triple digit winners that we cashed out on. And again, what we point out here is we do have losers. Okay, and you can see these losers, 22%, 33%, 22%. They're nothing compared to the winners that we've had. Okay, so that, again, is the most important part of trading for you to be profitable. Okay, so let's move on to the forecast here. And we have the SPY daily chart up. And again, before we start, you can see in the past here our white forecast lines from the past forecasts. We've had a couple, orange that didn't pan out. But again, for the SPY and the Qs, we have gone 37-3. We have gone back up and added up all these trades, these forecasts here that we have done. And that is what we have done on the Qs and SPY, over about 93%. IWM's even more. So here we are again. This is the daily chart. We have a white forecast here. We did this forecast over the weekend for our community. We put out a weekly market report for the community every Sunday, going more in depth. I think this week's market report lasted 40 minutes, going over all the indexes, going over stocks, crypto. So we had put in this forecast line that I'll just remove now. Because we did say over the weekend that we thought we were going to go up, and up we went. Friday, we had told our community, we sent out a note not to take any short positions because we did think the markets were going to bounce. And so that thankfully played out for the community. But again, you can see here our forecast that we put in contingent on a break of the 20-day moving averages. If you remember last week, you can go back. We said once the 20-day moving averages fail, we're most likely going to come down to the 50, which is the red. So that target did hit on the SPY and actually all the indexes. But what are we seeing now? So a couple things we're seeing here on the charts, and this goes for all the indexes. Number one, we have a gap fill here. We left a gap. That gap has filled. So if you know anything about gap theory, which is what we teach here at Delphi, 80% of the time an open gap will fill. Okay, so we can see the gap filled. After that, 80% of the time, the stock, or in this case, the SPY, will reverse. Okay, so we are looking for a move back down. You can see now, again, we have about 3 minutes to the close. We are back under the 20-day moving average. Okay, so that is not looking good on the daily. And if we look at the weekly charts, we mentioned last week. Okay, we have last week a bearish engulfing candle. Okay, bearish engulfing candles are the most bearish. If we look back on the SPY here, this bearish engulfing candle went lower. This bearish engulfing candle right there went lower. So are we starting to move lower? Okay, maybe we're going to move down to the low 600s, which in the bigger scheme of things is not a big deal. Okay, so watch that on the weekly chart. The weekly chart is bearish. The monthly chart that we talked about is also bearish because we got a volume drop there. Okay, so we said watch out for the volume drop for the month, and then look at the indicators below. Still overbought. Okay, so we are still going to go lower here on our forecast. On the SPY, we're going to go more back towards the 50-day. Okay, we're going to go maybe back towards this way here. And then we'll see. Maybe we go lower down actually to the 50-day. But for now, that's where we're going on the indexes. Okay, actually, I can move this to kind of match where we're at here. Okay, at the close. So we're closing in about a minute. All right, so that's the SPY. We can look at the Qs. Qs is going to be very similar to the SPY across the board. Again, our forecast we did for the community here. I'll just remove that. But you can see last week's target has hit. And again, the weekly and the monthlies look the same on the Qs. So we're just going to go down again towards the 50-day moving average. Just going to go right down to there. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking for. And there's the bell. And also what we need to watch for now too is possible ABCD patterns. What is an ABCD pattern? Well, we have an A, okay? We have a B, okay? The letters go in on a pivot. Now, if we get a pivot lower, that will be a C pivot, which normally leads to a lower D. Okay, so watch out for this ABCD pattern, which might start to show up on the indexes. If we get a confirmed pivot, which is a lower high and a lower low, that would put in the C, which normally leads to a lower D, okay? So watch out for that on the indexes. So that's the Qs, IWM. Okay, something a little different here on IWM. IWM has not even gotten above the 20-day moving average. Okay, again, we put our forecast here for the community over the weekend when we move that. And we can see here, did we not put a forecast here? Interesting. All right, well, I guess we didn't put a forecast here on IWM. But anyway, we're going to go right now that we are going to go lower here on IWM if we break the 50-day moving average. Because right now what you can see is that we have is between the 20-day and the 50-day. Okay, so which is not far right now. We don't want to put a forecast here. IWM is 220.87. I mean, I guess we could put a forecast lower towards the 50-day. So we're gonna put this one here. But if the 50-day fails, contingent on the 50-day, we're gonna make a bigger forecast here to go back towards the lows here. Okay, so watch out this for the IWM as well for another A, B, C on a pivot, lower D. Okay, this D could come down to maybe 210. Okay, so again, watch what's going on here the next couple days. If we get a pivot lower on the indexes, we are most likely going lower. Okay, so that's it from us. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, you can find us here every Tuesday for the market report. And please like, subscribe, tell whoever you can who is in the trading that we are here for them to not only get them profitable, but make them stay profitable. So thanks again, and we will see you next week.